Hello, this is Stories from Earth. Welcome to my place. Today we're reading Memoirs of a Country Doll, written by herself, by Mary Curtis. Dedication. To my sisters, Fanny and Caroline, I hope you will not despise my first efforts, and that you will find as much pleasure in reading this little book as I have had in writing it. Mary Curtis. Chapter 1. My Purchase and Two Mothers. The first I can recollect is that I was very long lying in a box in Soho Bazaar, till one day I was taken down by one of the shopkeepers and shown to a very pretty little girl, about 3 years old, who, after looking through a whole case, chose me. This little girl had flaxen curls and was dressed very prettily. Her name was Lucy Fitzhenry. She wrapped me up and carried me home to her house in the country, which was a very pretty country seat. 2 or 3 days after she had me, her nurse cut some very pretty clothes for me. My underclothes were of very fine linen, and my dresses of flowered muslin, blue merino, and spotted calicoes. My mother was very careful of me. She washed me every morning, for I was a porcelain doll, and dressed me and undressed me at night. One day she took me into town to see the Queen and Prince Albert, which I enjoyed very much indeed. As we were coming home in the carriage, little Lucy let me drop out the window upon some burdock leaves, where I lay for some time. When I lay there, several caterpillars came and crawled over me, and I thought that they were not very pleasant company. However, I did not tell them so. After I had lain there for about 2 or 3 hours, I was picked up by a little raspberry picker, who was a German named Johanna Wurstel, who was overjoyed to find such a beautiful doll, and went instantly to show her brother Robertin, who was also very glad. They then agreed to wrap me up in a cloth in which they had brought their dinner, and there I lay until night and thought over my past life, how my little mother Lucy had been so kind to me, how she had taken me out, ducked me in a little stream, then dried me in the sun, laughed with me, kissed me, and talked about my new mamma, when suddenly a gust of wind took my cloak off, and I laid there very cold. However, my mother came very soon and took me up. "Poor doll," said she, "how very cold she must be!" And therefore she wrapped me up in my dress very tightly, and then we went home. Their home was in a little building. It was once an outhouse, but the house had been removed, and it stood alone, where we had a very nice supper of watercresses, bread, and cheese. After that, I was covered over with some leaves, and there I went to sleep.